Welcome to Straight Up Reviews. There is no bullshit beyond this sign. I wanted to do this for a while because 1, I wasn't going to let the logo go to waste, and 2, this was something I wanted to do a series about but couldn't. Not because of lack of trying, but game theory covered all the bases for it save for the sci factor, but I'll get to it in one of my older series. In fact, it was game theory that inspired me to do this. Earthbound was one of the most underrated games in the world. If Zelda was the E.T. of Nintendo, then Earthbound would be the John Carpenter's The Thing, in which it didn't fare well in the public eye upon first release, but throughout history was given a cult status, me included. While this is a sequel to an older NES game called Mother, it can be its own story without indulging on the first. The story goes like so. 13-year-old Ness discovers that he is destined to save the world from an alien menace known as Gygas, who is able to influence the dark hearts on the people and animals of Earth. Along the way, Ness discovers he has psychic abilities to aid him in said travels, and along the way he meets 3 other children who accompany him during the adventure. Why the parents would let them go unsupervised would have been questioned if I hadn't watched nostalgia critics' take on Sailor Moon and Japan's laws of age and responsibility. Even though the game clearly takes place in an XP in the USA. Seriously, Eagle Land? We have 11-year-old Paula, a powerful psychic child who falls in love with Ness. 13-year-old Jeff Andonet, the only character in the group with no psychic powers, but makes up for it with scientific weapons and gadgets. And 17-year-old Pooh. I'm repressing many bathroom jokes now as they've already been done. However, he is the oldest and wisest of the group, a prince of a faraway kingdom known as Dalam. He is arguably one of the most powerful characters. As they make their adventure, they encounter some gruesome foes. From a street gang that later becomes their ally, to an insane cult-dedicated doll that is blue, to Pokey Minch, Ness's self-proclaimed best friend who does his best to make Ness's life a living hell every step of the way. Compared to Gygas, he is worse. They also have allies in the form of Ness's dad who backs Ness up financially, the Runaway Five, who I swear if they ever make an Earthbound movie, Dan Aykroyd should play one of the members. Seriously, this is obviously the Blues Brothers. The Peaceful Saturn people, another reason I couldn't do a series because I couldn't find out what the heck those guys are, save for the name of the planet. Apple and Orange, 2 self-proclaimed geniuses, and finally Professor Andonet, Jeff's father. The story itself is pretty good, and that much of it is pretty realistic. Game Theory pointed out once that its creator, Shigesato Itoi, based much of it from experiences he himself witnessed in the form of many bad guys he's created. See Game Theory for further info on that. The character's development shows growing up personified. Ness starts out as a kid that originally starts crying for his mother to a young man who is willing to go up against monsters 3 times his size with little more than his psychic ability and various baseball bats. Paula grows from a sweet pacifist girl to a woman who knows when to fight when the right time is. Jeff grows from an insecure nerdy teen with a one-stalker friend to a strong-willed, technologically sufficient badass that can be on par with his psychic friends. Pooh goes from a fish-out-of-water teenager who saw himself as Ness's servant to a strong ally that is considered one of Ness's friends. The gameplay itself is very unique, in which during battle scenes is unlike any RTS game before or after. Rather than simply wait till your health is depleted, you can not only still fight back when the meter goes down, but heal yourself and get a better fighting chance. Much like games such as Pokemon, the right strategy and weapons combo will aid you in faster, more effective victories. I myself learned that one the hard way. Last but not least is the music composed by Keiichi Suzuki, Hirokazu Tanaka, and Hiroshi Kanazu. The music itself offers a wide variety. Much of the less serious moments use old-fashioned blues and rock and roll. Clearly the composers were a fan of the oldies jukebox era. In the more serious tones is both soft ambient music for the happy and drama scenes, as well as scary sinister music for the battle scenes. My personal favorite is Coffee Break, You've Come Far Ness sequence. It shows a combination between a fantastic substance trip as well as a hopeful tone which put together a spiritual journey for Ness and company. Now there's been some debate on whether or not during that sequence the person talking to Ness is his father. However, I strongly disagree. I believe the person talking to him is Itoi, in a moment between creator and character. Overall, this game is dangerously underrated, and I recommend it to all Nintendo fans and RPG fans that want to play something unique. As usual, debate, argue, and let me know what I missed. Stay tuned for more.